Oh, class. So, I'm actually really intrigued with going over today's lesson. I mean, if you notice my attire here, I think this could actually be a pretty interesting day we have unfolding. So before we talk about what we're doing, I'm going to play a small clip and talk about what's at hand. Technical difficulties, here we go. So on top of that being a classic case of cartoon comedy, what does this tell you? Well, we have to ask ourselves the age-old question. Can Wile Coyote defeat gravity? This has been going on for multiple years, but I think today's experiment can give ourselves a definite answer. But before we do that, we might have to go over what gravity is. It's basically a force of attraction between any two objects with mass. Sir Isaac Newton basically coined the term gravity and studied more about it when an apple fell down and hit him in the head, which basically gives the impression what goes up must come down. So with gravity, if you notice, I'm not floating into the air like one might expect. I'm weighed down and just sitting on this chair. These chairs, this table, everything will be floating in the air. So with that said, I think today's experiment might prove a little bit fun and inventive. But before we do that, we're going to need a few items. A crumpled up ball of paper, a cotton ball, a plastic figurine if you have it. If you don't, that's okay. I'm sure you can find a substitution. And a couple of books, preferably 2 or 3. You're going to place one book standing straight up. Then you're going to lean said book against the other standing book so it'll look like your version of a cliff. You will place that at the end of the table, but for all intents and purposes, we'll have it set up here so we can get the demonstration. You're going to place your toy Wile, I know he's ready for a big day, at the top of said cliff, and with your eyes open, you're just going to stand him up and let him go. He fell. So, with that said, you're going to repeat steps 4 and 5, but instead of Wile again, you're going to use it with the cotton ball and the crumpled up sheet of paper. Or in this case, ball of paper. What used to be a sheet is now a ball. So, with that said, you think to yourself, well, that sounds easy. But what if you do it with your eyes closed? So after you put all your paper objects down the cliff, you're going to close your eyes and have your Wile Coyote go down said cliff and release. What just happened? Well, he went down again. Did the gravity wait for me, or did it actually just let him go altogether? Well, we know gravity plays an important force in the structure of the universe. The closer the objects, the stronger the gravitational pull comes down. So it's basically happening when Wile comes up to the cliff and I just let him go. Now, with that said and done, Wile's not terribly heavy, but neither is this cotton swab. The question could also become, you could take 2 of the objects at the same time and place them and see which one goes down first. So again, with that being said, with all the cartoons you see in TV, you notice them running across a cliff, thinking to themselves like, I'm going to get to the other side, only to stand in midair and freeze and realize that they have to come down. Because again, what goes up must come down. Repeat all these steps with everything just shown, and I guarantee you, you'll have a very successful project and learn a little bit more about gravity along the way.